Hey, welcome back, Hero Lair fans. The Meathead Crew is back. My name's Dan. Sean. He's Sean. He's Josh. He's Mario.
Hi.
I'm fucking up my pointing. Daredevil Season 2 is just around the corner, kids. The Punisher is back. Elektra's back. So today we got Daredevil Season 2 trailer. So excited. Let's check this out, guys.
Castle. Here we go.
One match. Two match. Father, why do I still feel guilty? The guilt means your work is not yet finished.
Downtown office thinks we got a new player in Hell's Kitchen.
No, they won't. The DA's office says the shooter's independent.
He's tracking gangs to their home turf and taking them out with military precision.
With knowledge and hardware to take out half the city, Hell's Kitchen is about to explode.
Very cool. Just the perfect tone of what it should be.
Oh, yeah. Good darkness.
Meg.
Maybe we created him. All of us.
There's no connection.
We never stopped to think that Daredevil's actions could open the door for men like this.
How much longer before innocent people start getting caught in his crossfire? Blood is being shed. You donated more than your fair share.
This city needs him.
To take care of the scum that killed my family. People don't have to die. You hit him and they get back up. I hit him and they stay down.
I like that.
Why are you doing this? Because I think you're a half measure.
That's fucking
You're a man who can't finish the job. I think that you're a coward.
Sick.
You know you're one bad day away from being me.
Oh, wow.
Well, somebody's getting their own Netflix series.
No shit. Fuck.
And I'm with you.
Okay, cool. Oh, now they're teasing a part 2 for the.
Yeah.
I love how even trailers have.
Trailers have part two.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. They did it again, man. At least based on this, just these Netflix shows
They're on a different level.
They're just crushing it, right? And we had R-rated Punishers before. I mean, the first Punisher with Thomas Jane, R-rated.
Yep.
The second one with Ray Stevenson, Warzone, was R-rated as well.
Even the one with was the one with Dolph Lundgren a long time ago.
Yeah, a long time ago.
Yeah, that was actually pretty decent too. Yeah.
But it just, in terms of like being able to take a serious story and a serious character and just fit it into a bigger world,
And
they just keep making them better and better.
And taking it that seriously, like though, I've always loved counterpoints in movies and in television series and all that. Now you've got somebody like Daredevil, who's trying to still he's obviously working outside the law. He's working as a vigilante, but he still has some kind of conscience, and he's a lawyer, so he understands the letter of the law. He understands all that. And then you have somebody who's just on that outside of the spectrum. Doesn't give a shit, wants to just anybody who's ever done wrong just wants to punish them, wants to kill them. It's just such a good counterpoint. That whole line of "you're a half measure" just fucking sent goosebumps down my.
That says it all there. Yeah. You're a coward. You don't take it.
And what I also like is that the conflict between the two of them, it's very engaging because you don't have one in terms of that is a superhero. They're both just men. You know what I mean? Daredevil has his acuity. They gave him that. Punisher always had a military background, but they've really focused on this, so we can see that he's probably going to be like special ops or a former special ops, all that kind of stuff. So there's that tactician, right? So I think that goes really well in terms of a match. Yeah. As a match, it's like you don't look at him and be like, okay, well, he's going to have to avoid him because the other guy's way stronger, or you know what I mean? It's going to be a good match.
Yeah, I agree. Go ahead. No, you.
First off, it was like watching a Marvel Knights comic book. It's like you can see the cells right there. You know?
Yeah.
But two, doesn't it kind of remind you of Batman versus Superman? But
In how-
Punisher. Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
But a
Daredevil
believable
Daredevil is more of the Superman character.
Okay.
It's like, hey, listen, you're going too far.
Yeah.
It's time to stop.
Yeah.
And Punisher is more of the Batman character. Like, I don't think you're going far enough, and I think it's time for you. And I think it's gonna, explode into this big.
Well, that's what makes the Punisher such a good character, because he does believe in killing, which
Yeah.
makes him so unique. Whether in
Yeah.
DC Comics or Marvel Comics, he's a hero that believes, you have to go to that level.
But he's a hero that no other hero really respects.
Yeah,
you know.
because
what I
he's-
mean?
Because he's not really a
Because
hero.
yeah,
He's a murderer.
Because he's one. Because
Yeah.
if this was real life, he'd just be a crazy person. Like
Oh,
he'd
yeah.
be one of those guys at the movie theater, but except he's killing mobsters.
Yeah.
But it's like it's like one badge, two badge. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like a lunatic.
Yeah.
And that's why they don't
It's,
respect him.
it's the Boondock Saints. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like
That's
that-
exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And- okay.
I got a bit of I agree with you on that tone. I also got a bit of the Dark Knight from it, especially how the Joker was an escalation of what Batman brought to crime fighting.
Yeah.
Okay, yes.
So now there, how the one throwaway line in there was, maybe we created it, maybe we did it, right?
Yeah.
Immediately I got brought back to Jim Gordon and Batman on that rooftop.
And, and I think there's like with that psychosis of the Joker, you were talking about, like he's kind of a nut. The way they portrayed Punisher in a certain scenes, I don't know if you guys noticed, but he kind of have his head cocked to one side, he's kind of drifting out and looking out, and he's like almost like a disturbed, deranged mind, like so burdened by whatever sorrow that he's faced. That he just he doesn't care.
He's lost everything.
He's lost, and not only has he lost everything, it's in even his own kind of depth of sanity. Right. It looks like it looks like you're fighting a partial lunatic here, even though he's taking out bad guys. He's not sound, so he's not going to be like rational when it comes to Daredevil trying to speak to him.
So you got all that, and then you've got also the military background. Obviously, he's like highly trained, so that brings me back to like Full Metal Jacket and like how somebody can be trained so much and indoctrinated so much into this world of killing, this is a huge topic now in conversation with military, with the wars going on everywhere now, is if you train somebody to kill and you're teaching them and giving them pats on the back while they do it against a certain enemy, how is he not supposed to take that and apply it to his everyday life after he's out?
What do we do with pit bulls that were trained to fight?
Exactly.
Right? That's the First Blood story. That's Rambo First Blood.
Exactly.
Right? I was in charge of $1 million equipment over in Vietnam. Now I can't get a job pumping gas.
Exactly.
And the Punisher's just supposed to shoot people in the kneecaps and for police to come and arrest them.
And it's like you have this guy who has everything taken from him, and he doesn't even know who to go after.
Right.
But he has so much rage. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna go after every single one of them until I get the right person. And even then, I wouldn't even know. So I'm gonna keep going. So it's like this never-ending battle because he always has an enemy.
Right.
And that's where it's like he's always. It's like he's almost tortured. You know?
Well, in the Punisher story though, he knows who it is. Like he knows it's like the mob boss.
Yeah, it's like
killed him,
usually
right?
like a Wilson Fisk or somebody.
No, it's someone else. It's another Italian. It's an Italian guy. I can't remember. I forgot his name. But he knows who it is.
Yeah.
But he goes after this family, basically this like mob family, an Italian mob family. But he just progresses from there because he's got that. That's just his catharsis for his anger is just like killing. Mobsters, murderers, whatever's evil. Would you guys have liked to see? I don't know. This is something that I thought it was like I liked everything about it. Even like the cinematography.
Yeah,
it was very like you said. Like you could see the pains of like in the pains of a comic book. You could see the darkness, the shadow, the use of you give that mystique and allure. Would you guys have? For me personally, I feel as though I think they could cast a better Punisher.
I disagree.
Yeah,
I was just going to bring that up about how good the casting was.
I think
because
so.
Go ahead.
Because one, I love that actor on Walking Dead.
So do I.
Yeah.
John Bernthal. He was also great in Fury.
Yeah,
he was.
And he's what a skilled marksman would look like, right? Very lean. He's not overly muscular because you can't do missions and hide out as a sniper being overly muscular, right? You know what I mean? And he always brings this kind of real like down to earth like grit, right? Like like at any given moment he'll just fuck somebody up.
It's like he's one of those guys. Like Dan was saying, it's like he can blend into society. You throw a jacket on him, and he can blend into society. Looks like everybody else. You take the jacket off, and the guy's fucking ripped, and he's ready to go, and he's ready to throw down, right? Like so, he definitely plays that line very well where he looks dangerous and he looks like he could actually like throw down, kill people, do even if he had to do it with his bare hands. But at the same token, if he was like incognito wearing a hoodie standing at the corner having a smoke, I wouldn't know who he was, right? Like
so I think that would be the big mistake would have been to make Punisher some like jacked up pretty boy. You know what I mean?
And Bernthal's got kind of a busted nose a bit, like
and I see that, and I just think that I feel as though you could use like just the way we were talking before about how well they represented Colossus and Deadpool in the film. When we've looked at like shows like movies like The Watchmen, where they just take an actor that's good but like has a very good similarity to the comic. I think they could have used someone for me that just had a bit more of that Punisher feel, but kept all this stuff that we were talking about. Kept someone that was a bit more traditional looking, not like overly jacked, not like again a pretty boy, but maybe had a bit more of that. A bit of that classic Punisher look, just so he was like, okay, this is a representation of.
So it's more of a facial thing that you're.
More just like a facial. Like, because he looks like if you're gonna get a guy with I don't know, let's say he had enormous lips and like bat ears. Okay, fine. He looks like a lot of people that you know or you could see, but it doesn't really look like the Punisher.
But then at the same time, the original Punisher for film was Dolph Lundgren. Yeah, and it's like, are you gonna take?
No, but
I think this actor is a far better comparison to the Punisher than like a Dolph Lundgren or. Right?
In the comic Punisher, and Dolph Lundgren when Dolph Lundgren had his like hair dyed and whatever, he actually physically looked more like comic Punisher than.
Well, I don't know. I guess it depends on who draws it, right?
Yeah. Well, but that's the thing. Punisher is typically drawn. He's like going to be that big jawed, heavy eyebrow. He's got a certain kind of look to him that like all artists seem to capture.
Well, there's a comic book called Thunderbolts where it's like Red Hulk. He makes his own group. And it's like Elektra, Deadpool, Punisher, and he looks a lot like that Punisher,
like that guy
to me. Yeah. So it's like maybe in a modern era, if people are reading these comic books, they'd actually think of this actor.
That's the thing, that with all these new ones coming out, you have to take into account that it's a new interpretation, but also not everybody draws from the same era of source material, right? But I see what you're saying, right?
But I do. I
was excited.
I do like the fact that he's again not like a jacked up pretty boy, because it would reek of cliche and contrivance.
He does have like weather on his face.
Yeah, that's good.
He's got a weathered face. Whether
he's been through the cracks.
You've seen his roles before, and he's had roles where he's been through a lot of shit. And he's got that look. Like he looks like he's been through shit, and he's got like pain in his eyes almost, and and you can see like his face, the broken nose, and you had a couple of scars here and there, and the guy's I think he's
he's pulled off that, and again, all this means nothing until you watch the fucking show. All this means absolutely nothing. But based on the characters that I've really enjoyed watching Jon Bernthal play, they're grounded in that same kind of grit and kind of ass kicking ability.
Yeah, I think that's like the big pull, is that he plays that kind of rough blue collar Jarnac. He brings that grit, that toughness to it. I think that is the big thing that he does bring, and a really like kind of as you said, weathered is very like kind of
he's seen the world.
Very very like bogged down, beaten down, but tough. Tough, like kind of
a survivor, no matter what.
That's a perfect like if you had one word, like he does look tough. Like, and I definitely say that.
Looks exciting. So I guess we got a part 2 of this trailer coming out.
I know, can't wait.
I'm assuming
all Elektra.
I'm assuming it's just going to be all kind of Elektra. So when that comes out, we'll do a trailer reaction for that as well. Leave us a comment. Let us know, what do you think about the casting? What do you think about the trailer? Are you excited for Daredevil season 2? Also follow us on Twitter at the Hero Lair. Don't forget to subscribe. We are trying to get to 10,000, folks. We hit 5,000.
New goal.
Help us
Thank
get
you
to 10.
very much. Thank you
so much.
Help us get to 10. Really happy you guys are on board with us. We'll hang out with you soon. Bye.
Ciao.